What's the story, Morning Glory? What is going on? Let me just get down to it. Love Match Atlanta, Season 1, Episode 5. So we start off with Ming, the day of her birthday party slash mixer for her clients. Joseph and the dynamic duo are there at her party and they quickly get to networking, passing out business cards. They're trying to find new clients. So the duo, they greet Joseph, but Paris, who is always with them, his girlfriend, she is not really feeling them because of what went down at Joseph's event where he had announced that he was going to start a matchmaking school, and then Tana from the dynamic duo took over and got up there at Joseph's event and said that her and Kelly have already started a matchmaking school for potential matchmakers, and so they kind of like stole Joseph's thunder. So Paris is not really feeling the dynamic duo. So she kind of gives him the cold shoulder. Now, Ming's adoptive mother, Gail, she's also there, and we learn that her biological parents are both deceased, and Gail is someone that used to be her client way back in the day, and I think she said when she was in the beauty business. So I don't know if she was a hairdresser or a makeup artist or what she did back in the day, but that's how they met, through whatever Ming was doing in the beauty industry. And they got so close that she calls her adoptive mother. I don't know if this is like a legal adoption or if this is just what she calls her. Ming did not really expound on that. So Lamont, who is the matchmaker that focuses on LGBT matchmaking, he tells the matchmaking group that Shay was not invited because Ming considers Shay low class and not really up to her level, and so she didn't want any riffraff at her party, so she chose not to invite Shay. Lamont said that Ming is threatened by Shay. I don't know why Ming would be threatened by Shay. If anything, I would think that Ming would be threatened by the dynamic duo, not by Shay. So I think really the truth is that Ming doesn't like Shay because Shay doesn't like Paris, and Paris is Ming's close friend. So Shay says in her confessional that it's not good being excluded from another matchmaker's event. She says it's not good for your business because this is always a potential of gaining more clients when you attend these events. So it's kind of like hurting her and business wise for not attending Ming's matchmaking event. Lamont asks Ming where her husband was, and Ming said that her husband was sick. Once again, I don't think anybody believes that because everybody, I think, is aware that Ming and her husband are having some issues. So Shay's going to show up anyway. She's going to crash Ming's party. So here she comes at the party, and she's dressed in this bright canary yellow outfit dress. It looked great on her. I thought she looked absolutely gorgeous. She was definitely making an entrance, and she made a very grand entrance at Ming's party, and I think she stole the show. Ming just kind of faded into the background compared to Shay, and Shay obviously did this on purpose. She wanted to steal Ming's thunder. She wanted to put all eyes on her, and she accomplished it because when she came in, all you could do was look at her because she's very tall, she's very statuesque, she's got a body, and she shows up in this bright yellow dress, this bright yellow outfit, and all you can do is just look at her, and everybody forgot about Ming because Ming was wearing something. I don't even know what Ming was. I can't even remember what Ming was wearing because everybody's eyes was just on Shay. So Ming said that she looked like Big Bird. Of course, she's going to throw shade. I thought she looked really pretty. She did not look like Big Bird. She was just trying to be mean. So Ming said that she could have been classier. Ming said that Shay could have been a whole lot classier. I don't know what she meant by that. Classier by not showing up, or classier by wearing something a little bit less attention seeking. The dynamic duo said that it wasn't a good look for Shay because you want men to see you as a wife. I don't know what that meant either. I don't know what was it about this dress that would make a man think that she was not wife potential. First of all, I don't think that women should always strive to be wife potential. I don't think that's the goal for females. I don't think that should be the goal for females, is to be wife potential. So I don't know what they meant that she didn't look like she was wife potential by wearing that dress. Ming's recruiter, so Ming has a recruiter. Her name is Consuelo. She approaches Shay and she tells Shay that they don't want any drama. And Shay is like, I'm not that way. I don't bring drama. I'm not about drama. So you don't have to worry about that. Get away from me. So Shay said that she came to Ming's party for Ming to see her for who she really is. And not to go by other people's opinions of who she thinks Shay is. Shay got a bad rap with Ming. I don't know why Ming thought that Shay was some type of a, street fighter, some type of a loud hood rat. I don't know why Ming thought that about Shay, because the discussion or the argument between Shay and Paris at Joseph's event when Joseph was throwing everybody out, they were just having words. It was definitely an argument. And if anything, Paris looked to be the more wild one than Shay, because I think Paris even said, if I got to take off my shoes, I'll take off my shoes. Or she said something like that. She said something indicating that if she needed to rumble in the jungle, she was ready to do it. But Shay did not give that impression at all. Shay was visibly upset that Joseph was kicking her out. And so she had some words to say to Joseph and Ming, but she wasn't out of pocket. She wasn't acting crazy. She wasn't acting hoodish or anything like that. So I don't know why Ming got that impression about Shay. So Shay even brings a gift to me. She even presents her with a gift. She greets Joseph and she greets Paris, and Paris basically pays her dust. Paris, gave her the cold shoulder. So Ming pulls Shay to the side and tells her that she didn't invite her because she says, because you fight. That's why I didn't invite you to my event, because you fight. And Shay was like, I don't fight. Like, where do you get that from? So moving on from there. So after the event, Ming and Consuelo, they meet up for lunch or whatever, and they're talking about Shay and how she made a big spectacle of herself, and they throw shade at Shay for her outfit and everything else. Joseph is meeting with a new client. Her name is Kiana. She's a comedian. She's 36 years old. She travels a lot for her work, and she has no children. So she wants a confident, slightly arrogant man. And I think because she's got such a big personality, she needs a man who can handle all of that. So she needs a man who has a lot of confidence, who can match her or even go above her. So the potential that they find for her is somebody named Tavarius, who is 40 years old. Now, Kelly, which is half of the dynamic duo. So Kelly, she's cooking with her boyfriend Chris. I think this is the first time that we meet Chris. She's in the kitchen at her home cooking with her boyfriend, and it seems like that they're getting along really, really well. They talk about the future of their relationship, and I could have sworn that it was in that scene her boyfriend Chris said, because this is a long distance relationship. He lives in Detroit. She's obviously in Atlanta. So they're trying to figure out where is this relationship going, because they obviously have very strong feelings for one another, but it's a long distance relationship and they want to be closer to one another. And I could have sworn Chris had said that he was willing to move to Atlanta for her, but that kind of changes a little bit later. So back to business. The dynamic duo, they're meeting with their client, Shay, okay, fellow matchmaker. And they talk about Ming's party and what went down over there. And, Shay's trying to defend herself. And it's like, what, for whatever reason, Ming thinks that I'm this, like I like to fight and cause drama and do all of this stuff. And I'm just not like that. So the dynamic duo say they say that Ming's excuse for not inviting her to the party is complete BS. They don't buy that excuse at all, because they know that Shay isn't like that. So the person they're going to match her with is a guy named Mark. He's divorced for 2 years, and they said that the 2 year post divorce time frame, the dynamic duo calls that the sweet spot, because that's when they've already ran the streets and they just got divorced, right? So they're so excited about running the streets and hooking up with a whole bunch of people. So they've already done that. They got tired of that. And about 2 years after the divorce, they were going to settle back down again. So this is the sweet spot. So Shay is extremely nervous about getting back into the dating pool. And she says that she was really, really, really hurt in her past relationship. It was so bad that she had to go to therapy. Joseph meets with his client Angel for the post-date follow-up. Now, Angel is the one that... Which one was Angel? Angel. I forgot who Angel was, but her date, she had no chemistry with him. She says that the date he talked about himself the whole entire time, and he talked about himself way too much. And so she was like, you know what, that wasn't a match for me, and so we need to go back to the drawing board. So let's find somebody new. Moving on to me. She's out with her daughter. She's giving her daughter driving lessons. And this is not the child that she has with her husband. This is the child that she has with a previous relationship. And, we get to see like a personal side of me, her with her daughter, giving her driving lessons. And me tells us that she makes it a point not to say anything negative about her current husband or to say anything negative about her daughter's father because, it's not for a child to know the adult things that are going on in her parents' relationship. Moving on from there, Shay, she's getting ready for a date. She's super duper nervous about this, and I cannot wait to see her on her very first date. Joseph and Paris, they are at Paris's parents' house. And we meet her mother, we meet her father, and so Joseph decides to take this time to go talk with Paris's father. So they're chopping it up, small talk, conversating, so on and so forth. And Joseph says that he has a very good relationship with Paris's father, and he kind of sees him like his own father figure. Joseph in his confessional talks about how he doesn't have a relationship with his own dad. He grew up without a dad, period. I don't know what happened to his dad, but he grew up without a father. So he really values his time with Paris's dad. And in his confessional, as he's talking about his relationship with Paris's father, he actually starts crying. Like it really touched him, I guess, that he's got this father figure in his life. Now, Joseph is like a 40-something-year-old man who broke down crying, talking about his relationship with Paris's father and his lack of a relationship with his own father. So this just goes to show that even though, a lot of the times single moms are forced to raise children alone, fathers are important. Fathers should not be turning their backs on their children. Fathers, no matter what's going on between you and the mom, don't turn your back on your kids. Be there for your children because they will be 40 something years old and still crying about the relationship that they don't have with their dads, or crying because a man who's not even related to them has taken on that father figure role in their life. So 40, 50, the pain, the heartache, I don't think it really goes away. You can pretend like it's not there. You can push forward and act like it's not there. But fathers, don't turn your backs on your children. And mothers, don't think that fathers are not important in your children's lives. Even if you are raising these kids alone, if you have a father that's willing to be a part of his child's life, let that man in and let him be a part of the child's life. Whether he's paying child support or not paying child support, or, financially supporting or not. If he wants to spend time with the children, let that happen. And fathers, just because you don't get along with the mom, don't turn your back on your kids. So he finally finds the right moment to ask Paris's father for Paris's hand in marriage. And he said that the last man that asked for his daughter's hand in marriage, he told them no, because he was like, you know what? He didn't think that this man could handle Paris because Paris is a lot to handle. So for Joseph, though, he said yes. He says that yes, he gives his consent, he gives his approval for Joseph to propose to Paris, and we'll see if that's ever going to happen. Now we are at Shay's first date. She wore her black cat suit. She was looking dynamite, and his name is Marquette, but I guess he goes by Mark or Marquette. Anyways, his name is Mark, and he's really cute. He has a really pretty smile, and he's got dimples for days. So as they're sitting there talking, and I don't think wherever they were at, I don't think it was cat suit material. It looked like a very casual place wherever they were at. I think it was a pretty casual place. So he tells her that he did some research on her, and she was like, oh my God, what did you find out? And he was like, oh, it's nothing deep. I just was able to find out that you were a matchmaker as well. And so she's like, yeah, I'm a matchmaker. They talk, they conversate, everything is going really good. Shay says that she really enjoyed her date with him. They seem to be connecting. They seem to be, like there was some chemistry there. He also also has children. She's got her two kids. And she said that it felt very familiar being with him. And it was like being with an old friend. And he wanted her phone number. And so she was like, oh, so you want my phone number? So they went ahead and exchanged numbers. And it looked like the date went really well. And you can tell that Shay takes her own advice. She does all the things that I guess you're supposed to do on a first date. You know, she was engaging, she was flirtatious, she was laughing, and all of that. So her first date she did really well, and that's where that episode ended. So good for Shay. If you made it this far in my video, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. On your way out, don't forget to rate the video. If you like this content, subscribe. If you don't worry about it. Thank you for stopping by anyway, and I'll definitely talk to you later. Bye.